everybody, welcome to our pre-match press conference ahead of tomorrow's European qualifier against Germany. We've got, to my immediate left is Dave Arcel, the boss Alan Bull in the centre, and Captain Roy Cipollina to my extreme left. So, fire away, the floor is yours. If you could just say your name and who you work for before you ask your question, we'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks. Joel?
Yeah. What's the approach going to be for tomorrow? Is it going to be literally park the bus, or are you going to try and play around the football?
I think there's no manager in the world that actually tells his formation or his strategics just before a match, and I'm not going to be any different. So I'm not going to tell. It would be stupid of me to tell what we're going to do tomorrow. Basically, it's going to be my players will enjoy the match.
To your right, Joe.
Mr. Buda, my name is Martin Oschitz, ARD Radio. How does it feel for you now, speaking in front of many journalists? And actually, normally, I heard that maybe you, Joel, is the only one who asks questions sometimes. So how does it feel for you now, being here?
It's a great feeling, but obviously the experience speaking to a lot of journalists started since since we made the UEFA members, and obviously Nice as well, and so it's great. It's great, and we always have Sky with us as well that are part of our media coverage. But being here in Germany and first of all, great. Absolutely brilliant experience just to play Germany themselves, but it's a double experience because we're playing against Germany and the world champions, so it's just absolutely great.
Hi, David Guido, Sky Sports. How have your preparations changed for this game compared to the ones against Poland, Ireland and Georgia? Has there been anything in particular that has maybe been adapted to face the world champions?
Yeah, there are certain factors that have been adapted. You have to. Any team, any nation that faces the world champion has to change a few of the capabilities of the team. Obviously, it's been a bumpy road for us, starting in the qualifiers and leading up to this one. But it's one mostly the emphasis has been on my players enjoying this moment. That's where the emphasis has been. We still do all the tactical work and different things like I explained before. Like when Joe asked me, I'm not going to give away anything. Let the Germans find out tomorrow. But it's there's different things we've got to face. We're looking at a squad that probably other nations that we played have got 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 world-class players. We're looking at a squad that's got 23 world-class players. That's the difference in Germany. So we've changed little things.
Just tell me, how would you sum up the mood in the camp? You say that it's about enjoying the game first and foremost. How much trepidation or fear is there? How much nerves? How much genuine excitement ahead of this game?
It's all about excitement in the camp. And I'm really happy for that. There's no fear as such. We're all humans. We all tend to have sometimes a little bit of fear of what we might do because we all self-assess our own selves and we always want to do better. So that's the little fear that we all have. But it's all about excitement. It's all about look at us. Here we are. Facing the world champions, and we've just got to enjoy it. And probably the pressure's on Germany. If you look at the statistics of what the value of the Gibraltar national team, it doesn't reach to €1 million, and that is probably higher up because we've got one player that's worth probably about 400,000. compared to the German team, that's I think it's valued near the 600 million. So the pressure's on them, it's not on us.
Roy, can I just sort of ask you, obviously already you've had to deal with some big names. We've spoken before about Lewandowski, for example, in the Poland game. I guess the slight difference with this one, being an Arsenal fan as well, Lucas Podolski may well be in that starting 11. How do you sort of combine the idea of keeping this guy quiet? Obviously you have great admiration for him as well because you support his team.
To be honest, all that goes out the window for me. I'm here to play football and it's just another opposition. And we'll try our best to keep him quiet.
And David, if I can just bring you in at this point as well, how do you go about trying to keep Germany quiet?
I think we've got to believe in the manager and what he's instilling in us, first and foremost. We've got to believe in ourselves. There's no point going into a game like any game, and certainly a game like tomorrow night, thinking that we are going to lose. It's defeatist. Yeah, it's going to be an extremely tough match. We know that. You know, the best team in the world, like Brazil, found that out not so long back. We're going to be going into the game knowing that we need a bit of luck. Hopefully the footballing gods will smile down on us, and you know, it's 11 v 11. It's an old and well used cliche, but it's one that we take heart in. And hopefully, you know, if one of their defenders makes a mistake, they're down to 10 men after 5 minutes. They lose 3 players through injury after 20 minutes. We're suddenly right in the game. It sounds bizarre. It's happened before. It might happen again.
Yeah, stranger things have happened. But for you, Dave, as well, you've played in big games before, domestically, at Wembley, etc. But how does this rank compared to games like that, playing international football, 50,000 strong crowd, in a competitive game against the world champions?
It's the pinnacle. It's the pinnacle. Any game in international football, even the home games, you know, the friendlies against your Maltas, where there's 500 proud Gibraltarians that have, you know, drove for 6 hours to come and watch us. It beats the games at Wembley for club football in front of 40 and 50,000. It does. We're all proud Gibraltarians. We're all there trying to make a whole nation proud. We're going to be no different tomorrow night. It's just that the opposition is slightly different.
And Roy, just one more back to you, if I may. Obviously, you'll be aware of Germany's results, the fact they dropped points in both of their games in October. So are you wary of even more of a backlash from the world champions here in Bavaria?
Well, definitely, I don't think Germany were expecting me to drop points against Poland and against Ireland, but they did. And I'm sure they'll be looking to put that right tomorrow. We'll obviously just have to work as hard as possible, keep our discipline during the game, and you know, anything can happen, like Dave said. It's 11 v 11.
Question for you again. In May or June, when we played against Malta, you predicted that we would be playing today against the world champions. I don't know if you remember that interview with the German presenter there. How is it for you on a personal level, forget everything else, on a personal level for you to be present here today in Nuremberg and tomorrow facing the world champions, just like you predicted?
Yeah, obviously I remember that, and I watched the game, and I really wanted Germany to win. It's a very, very proud moment, and for myself, for my family, but more proud is leading my nation, leading these lads out there, and seeing that my nation is playing against the world champion. There's nothing that can compare it. No money can buy what I'm feeling at this present time, and probably one of the proudest person to be on this earth at this present time.
Question for you, Roy. What are the emotions in the actual camp with regards to this game? Excitement, is there a bit of how should I say, a lot of respect, obviously, but there must be some excitement along the way.
Definitely, obviously a lot of respect, playing the world champions, but excited, motivated, just everything really, just so many different feelings at the moment. It's just amazing to be playing against the world champions, like I said. I mean, who would have told us, 18 months ago that we would be facing the world champions? I mean, it's an unbelievable story, really.
Question for you, David. There's been a lot of people back home that might not understand the decision from the manager to include players like yourself, for instance. All right, what do you bring, or what can you bring to this squad? I mean, there's an obvious answer to that. I mean, there's a lot of experience, but what else can you bring?
I think the Gibraltar-based lads had admit themselves that the standard of football that they play week in, week out needs to improve. That's not me having a go at the domestic football that they do play, in the sense that there is room for improvement. The level that I've played at all my career has surpassed that. That's not me being big-headed. It's not. It's just, I suppose, fact. And that does, like I said, that does come down to experience, and that's what I've got to impart. We've got a long way to go. We've started off well in terms of the friendlies. We're realising the qualifiers that we have got bigger strides and a long way to go. But it is a long process. We've got to make sure that we compete, which we have done in all games. We've got to make sure that we play better every game, which we are doing. And that's, we've got to take heart in that we are getting better in every game. Like the boss said, the pressure's on Germany. They might see us as a weak side. I hope so. We've got to be aware of the wounded animal, which I'm sure that all the press guys and think Germany are at the minute. We think the same. They have not started off in the greatest of form, dropping points, especially to Ireland at home. But we've got to believe in ourselves and sort of take the fight to them, really.
Can I just add on to that? I think, obviously, Dave, just before this question, I think these words actually said it all. Very proud Gibraltarian. That's what Dave said. I think that's more than enough. His age, Dave is not looking at a Premiership club or anything. So he's not doing, players like him are not doing this just for the sake of joining the national team and getting somewhere else. They're doing it because he said it before, those two words, proud Gibraltarian. That's what they bring as well.
Any more questions? Good stuff, thanks very much.
Thank you.